Hey everybody, wanted to do a quick video because I've been getting a lot of messages. I know that people are getting their arrows and their bows dialed in. They want to run them through the season. Maybe you got a Total Archery Challenge event coming up soon, and you're putting some arrows together that you're planning on maybe using either for tack or even on into the season. So been getting a lot of questions about arrow builds, hit inserts. I'm sure you guys have been seeing me post a lot of builds I've been doing for buddies and guys around the country getting ready right now. So just wanted to go over a quick little tech tip. All right, so what am I talking about here? So we got here Easton Axis 5mm match grade arrows. What I'm talking about will also apply to any micro diameter or .204 diameter arrow like the FMJs. But these arrows right here, what they use is a hit insert component. What this does is this sits down inside of the arrow shaft when it's installed, and that allows you to still use a standard diameter broadhead, and it just sits down inside of the arrow like that, like so. So it allows you to still run as small a diameter arrow shaft as possible while still using a standard diameter or a standard threaded broadhead. That's the advantage to it. When using this system and when installing this system, some guys run into problems just because typically they're not, it's usually their first time assembling the arrows and they're just not taking the appropriate steps to make sure that they settle correctly. Now, Easton arrows ship with a 2-part epoxy resin, right, and this little hit insert tool. That's all I use when I'm installing these hit inserts. What I'll do, and this is a very important step, Dudley talks about this a lot in his arrow build videos. I talk about this in my arrow build video, but you want to make sure you remove the nocks on the arrows before installing the inserts. Reason being, when you push this insert down into the shaft, right, if you don't remove that nock, you're creating an air pocket behind that insert. The epoxy takes around 24 hours to cure, depending on the temperature that it's in. But 24 hours after that, you should be safe to shoot. But if you let this sit, when you install this, you want to let it sit on a level surface for 24 hours. But if you don't remove that nock, that air pocket that's built up behind this insert, especially these brass inserts which don't have a little ventilation hole on the back, that air pocket, as the epoxy is curing, that air pocket can actually push the insert forward. That's why some guys will have issues where they go to screw in their broadheads or their field points and they find that the heads are sticking out like this because the air pocket a lot of times push that insert forward, or they didn't let their arrows cure on a level surface. Another little trick I've been doing with this hit insert tool is I'll use one end for the initial insert, right? So to push my my hit insert in. What I do is, and I have a video on the Knights of the Apex YouTube channel where I show this, but all I do is I just put enough epoxy on here to cover this last little portion of the insert right there. When you push this down into the shaft, these things are machined to such tolerances that that little bit of epoxy will spread, and I'll actually twist it as I push it into the shaft, but that epoxy will spread and it will be perfectly adequate for keeping that insert in place. Then when I remove the hit tool, right, and leave that insert in there, what I'll do is I'll flip the insert around and I'll just push down once again just to make sure that the insert is seated at the appropriate depth. And I'm doing all of this trying to keep the arrow as level as possible, and then I'll let it sit level for 24 hours. Now, after that 24-hour cure period is done, I'll move on to wrapping my arrows, installing my vanes, and put my nocks back on, all that good stuff. And after letting those vanes set, you're good to go and you can start shooting. So if you've been having trouble with hit inserts, just installation process, try those tips. 99% of the time, that should square you away. Have fun, enjoy the tuning process. Good luck hope to see you guys at some of the tack events this summer. I'll be at Utah myself, so hope to see you guys there. Thanks for tagging me, all the support. If you want to hear more just tech talk, right? I just did 2 podcasts, one with the Where to Hunt guys and another one with the Antler Up crew. So be sure to check those out. Thanks, guys. Enjoy the process. Good on you getting ready for the season now, and enjoy the rest of the summer.